Welcome back, guys, to the Opinion Spot. As always, I'm your host, Vernon Kid, coming to you again. The Opinion Spot, one of my longest running segments on my channel. As you all know, the Opinion Spot is the segment where I take a topic, I talk about it, I give my opinion on it, and then I wait for you to give me your opinion on it. And today, we're going to be talking about two things, two characters, and those two characters are one, Miss Catherine Pryde, aka Kitty Pryde, aka Shadowcat, aka Pixie. No, not Pixie, sorry. Sprite, sorry. And Miss Natasha Romanoff, aka the Black Widow. And why are we talking about these two characters? I'll tell you why. Because it would seem that both these two characters are in development of movies. Yes. So let's talk about these. Well, let's start it off with the first that was announced was there is in development a Kitty Pryde movie. A solo Kitty Pryde movie. I'm a big time Shadowcat fan. I love Shadowcat. I think she is great. She's been with them since what? She's been with the X-Men since she was what, 15? And she knows the ins and outs. I still feel that she has man issues. She doesn't know how to hold down a man for too long. But I always loved the relationship with her and Colossus. She is now the leader of the X-Men. I think that is beautiful. I think it's well deserved. She's earned it. She knows the in and out about being an X-Men and a leader. Some people don't think so, but I love it. But yeah, she's gonna get a movie. There's early development of a movie for her. And who's in talks of it's Tim Miller, the same guy who basically gave us the Deadpool movie. The director of the Deadpool movie, right? Yeah. The first Deadpool movie. And yeah, man, so with all that being said, Kitty Pryde, with the movie. Now, Kitty Pryde is a great character. Her mutation is basically she has phasing abilities. As you all know, she can phase through solid objects, solid matter, and anything electronic she phases through, she short circuits it. She has dangerous powers. If in the wrong hands, her powers could be done. She could probably be the ultimate assassin if Kitty Pryde wanted to. She would be the ultimate assassin. Talking Mortal Kombat, got your heart. I've seen her on occasions do some stuff like that, which kind of scared me because I'm like, don't do that, Kitty, please. She's been a hell of a character over the years. But a movie, yeah. What? How could this go? How would this form? How would this really develop? How would the storytelling go? Is it an origin story? Because I don't think you really need an origin story. Is it maybe her time in Japan? She spent some time in Japan and learned martial arts and swordsmanship and things like that. Or is it the story of how she met and befriended Lockheed? I swear, if Lockheed is not in this, But the big question, as happy as I am, I'm a little scared because I've been on the cuff of not every X-Men character needs a movie. There are some X-Men characters that their story is just too good to just be stuffed in the X-Men world, so we get to see that. Wolverine is a prime example. Gambit is another example. But his movie is still in development hell, as always. But Kitty never really kind of crossed the mind of like, okay, could we tell a real, true, good, authentic story with Kitty outside of maybe her finding Lockheed, how they met. But I'm all for it. It's just a little scary. The other question is it new actress, or do we bring back the talented Ellen Page to play the role. Now, personally to me, new actress. Why? I like Ellen Page. I adore her. Strong. I have nothing but the utmost respect for her. But to me, she did not capture the essence and characteristics of what I wanted Kitty to be. Her, just everything about Kitty, her how she carries herself, just didn't feel that way. And maybe that's just because the so-called X3 that never happened, kinda, just was kind of rushed. And when we got Days of Future Past, she really did anything outside of just sending Wolverine back in time, with powers that I didn't know she even had. But that's the real question. As much as it's happy to see that she's getting a developed movie, it's also to the point: do you bring back? Do you bring back Ellen Page? I say personally, in my opinion, new actress. What say you? But are you excited? Is this cool? Is this the right thing to do? A Kitty Pryde movie, a Shadowcat movie. Where will the story go? Will we see Lockheed? What will the story, I repeat it once again, what will the storytelling be? Moving on. It would seem that after, how long she's been? 10 years, I think, correct me on that, with the MCU, technically kind of the first lady of the MCU, technically. Black Widow. There is a movie finally in development for Black Widow. Let that sink in for a minute. Yeah. I'm a fan of Black Widow. I always have been. She's always been a very interesting character in the Marvel Universe. One of the greatest spies in the Marvel Universe. She's kind of considered the greatest SHIELD agent in the Marvel Universe. But with this being said, you know, them developing a movie for Black Widow now, after 2 phases with nothing, and with phase 3 about to happen, are we in phase 3 now? I can't remember. I find it kind of personally, a little too late in a sense. This is just me being honest, guys. I find this a little too late. And the reason why I say that is because there was a perfect time for a Black Widow movie. And once again, this even goes with what I said about with X-Men. Same thing applies with this. Not every character needs a movie. It's very interesting. Yeah, there are certain people like, I'm very interested in that character. I want to know more about it. That's where sometimes I always say, okay, you want to know more about it? Yeah, read these books. You know, everybody just wants to see a movie. But if you want to get the true essence of that character, there are several miniseries and books that give you in detail. Now, we all know they have changed her origin a lot in the MCU. She's only 20-something years old. She's not born in the 1930s where she's supposed to be. Black Widow is older than she looks. She's supposed to be older than she is. But in this, she's not. But I've said it before. I said it again. I tell people all the time. The Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, you know, her movie should have been came out. You know, it was a perfect time. Timing is everything. And the perfect time for a Black Widow movie was after Winter Soldier. Argue me on with that one. I guarantee you it should have been right there. You know why? let's go back to Winter Soldier a little bit. After that ending, Shield taken down. All Shield's secrets everywhere now. Shield, they even implied that Shield had protected a lot of wolves, a lot of oppositions at bay from getting Widow. She said at the end of that movie with Steve, I gotta go find out who I am. All my covers have been blown. Now, you could take it any way you want, but what I took it as okay, yeah, all her protection is gone now. And she's good, but people are going to be coming after her now. That would have been the perfect way to segue into her movie and then her back into Age of Ultron. And the perfect way, and that would have been it. That was the perfect timing. Now, I'm all for it, and people have been asking me, okay, so who would you want to see as the villain? The villains. Well, in honesty, guys, a Black Widow movie would be cool. And with the spark of now, with Captain Marvel coming out, and Wonder Woman did so great. Everybody wants to see more. I want to see more leading female hero movies. I still feel that they talk about an all-female team from Marvel. I said it before, Captain Marvel and Lady Liberators. Let's do it. But with that being said, Black Widow, I feel that they should take a little bit of Mark Waid's run, and I'm forgetting who else's run, to do a script. Let's go into detail that those people are still coming after Widow. The Red Room program, and the Widow program, the Red Room is still going. And the Red Room, the former KGBs, everybody still want Widow. Because if you've been reading Widow as long as I have, in the comics, the people, the superhumans and organizations of Russia don't like Widow. They don't like her. They feel that she's a defector, she's a traitor to Russia, things like that. They don't want her. She's almost basically been permanently exiled from Russia. So when she comes in, she always has to sneak into that country, because every superhuman in Russia, if they see her, they attack her right on the spot, like, you traitor. And that's kind of how I want a movie like that to go. But also, I would want Yolanda Belova, the second Black Widow, the blonde Black Widow, to be one of her opposition, as well as maybe not all of the Winter Guard, but some of them, including the Red Guardian, who in the comics was her ex-husband. That would be really cool to see that. Yeah, Widow was married at one point. That's something that we don't know. Maybe you can bring up a little bit of, like, okay, there's a reason why she felt like she needed to be with somebody like Bruce, because she's had that before. I don't know. I'm just throwing things at the water that may stick. Like I said, what do I know? I'm just a fan. But to me, excuse me. But to me, I still feel I'm happy, but still a little too late. I'm just saying. But these two great female characters are getting developing movies for the future. What say you? Are you excited? Are you kind of on the borderline with me? Do you agree with what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to hearing your comments and your comments and your thoughts, your opinion. That was my opinion, guys. I'll check you guys next time. As always, this is my brain kid. Peace, love, stay tuned, keep it real. I'm out.